and you don't have a region specific face. So you can belong anywhere. You can look rich, you can look poor, you can look from, various stratas of society and from various communities. That is a huge advantage which God has given you. They keep sending me little information about my mother, old photographs. तो हाँ, एक कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है उनको जानने का. एंड कभी कभी ये भी सोचती हूँ कि अगर वो होती तो आई मीन हाउ माय लाइफ वुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट.
So, Ekavli, welcome on Bollywood Hungama. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm doing well, happy, excited, inspired.
आपको बहुत तारीफ आपकी हो रही है बॉम्बे बेगम्स के लिए. इट्स एज गुड एज लाइक अ पैरेलल लीड एंड बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सा आपका किरदार है. जब आप किसी सीरीज या किसी फिल्म के लिए शूट करते हैं और जब आप उसको फाइनल उसका प्रोडक्ट देखती हैं, जब वो लाइव हो जाता है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन यू मस्ट हैव शॉट फॉर बॉम्बे बेगम्स एंड व्हेन यू सी बॉम्बे बेगम्स ऑन नेटफ्लिक्स, कैसा तजुर्बा होता है? कि काफी बार क्या होता है कि बहुत सी चीजें जो आप लोग शूट करते हैं वो नहीं होती हैं फाइनल चीज में, काफी बार होती हैं एंड इट्स अ हैप्पी एक्सपीरियंस. हाउ वाज बॉम्बे बेगम्स एक्सपीरियंस फॉर यू व्हेन यू वॉच्ड इट ऑन नेटफ्लिक्स?
I think for me it was a very wholesome experience, I would say. I mean, of course, the joy of working with some very talented people. So the entire process of working was enriching in itself. And of course, when you see like a well-made show and you're part of it, it is another kind of gratification. And it kind of validates the choices you've made. So Bombay Becomes is one of those things that I feel proud of. I feel happy that I've been a part of it because it is quite pathbreaking in some ways. And I think the way it has impacted people and the number of people who have watched it, I mean, not just in my country, but so many other South Asian countries as well, in the US and Canada. I've received messages and some fan mail, and I think it has just been very fulfilling, I would say. कभी कभी छोटे किरदारों में भी एक मजा होता है. There's a sense of fulfillment after playing them. So I think this is one of those characters that I really enjoyed playing.
Right. बहुत से इश्यूज के बारे में बॉम्बे बेगम्स में बात हुई है, लोग उसके बारे में चर्चा भी कर रहे हैं, डिस्कशंस हो रहे हैं. लेकिन एक जो काफी इम्पोर्टेंट डिस्कशन हो रहा है, जो कि ये भी कहा जा रहा है कि मे बी इससे पहले कभी इस तरह से जिक्र नहीं हुआ फॉर लेडीज हु आर गोइंग थ्रू मेनोपॉज. And what exactly is it that they go through in terms of mood swings and just dealing with life and what one may say as midlife crisis and all those things. Your character also discusses it with Pooja's character. How important is this aspect of Bombay Begums for you?
I think it's a significant and relevant thing that was needed to be addressed long ago, but it wasn't. I think whether it's Indian cinema or Indian films, Indian web series, Indian television, we've just ignored the whole aspect, this phase of a woman's life and what she goes through. So Bombay Begum has made a comment on it, and I think people have taken it very well. Even men have. I mean, not just the women, but even men have. I think it was important. It was an important thing, and also the way it has been scripted in the web series. It doesn't seem forced. It doesn't seem as if उसे जानबूझ के डाला गया है या to serve a purpose उसे डाला है or to attract attention. It comes into the whole fits into the whole story very organically. So I think yes, it was important to make a comment on menopause and the impact on middle-aged women. And I'm glad that Bombay Begums had the courage to kind of bring it out.
Right. Now, anyone who has known you for some time, they would vouch for the fact that you're someone who's extremely upright and dignified and a very nice person. But at least two characters, if I may have to mention of yours, of say Veere Di Wedding, for example, where you played a rather bitchy sort of stepmom of Kareena Kapoor, and even in Bombay Begums, when you say that men will be men, I'm sure a lot of women must have hated you.
Yes, the men will be men comment also got me a bit of flack because somebody made a very interesting comment. They said that, the way Devyani Onyal plays out in the entire show, everybody seems to be admiring her. She's Harvard returned, she's polished, she's well dressed. She is compassionate because she extends support to Rani's character, to Pooja Bhatt's character in the show. And then suddenly, at the end of it, I mean, in the last episode, she is almost defending a man who has been a predator, and she says men will be men, and she justifies it. So that is kind of disappointing. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इसमें, I mean, disappointment बिल्कुल जायज है, but at the same time, I think the a point here is also that nobody is perfect. I mean, even a Devyani Onyal is not perfect. She may be a very admirable woman or a much desired woman, but fact remains she is also vulnerable. She is also selfish. She is also has double standards. So I think that was a very interesting comment that the show has made also with regard to this part.
When you are playing characters which are diametrically opposite to the way maybe what you are in real life, does that bring out the best in you as an actor?
I mean, देखिए, I think Devyani Onyal, I would say to an extent, was kind of made for me. I mean, in a certain context, with regard to the way she looked, or with regard to the way um, her personality is. There is a certain sophistication, a certain dignity, and she's well spoken and on the face of it, very well mannered and all that. But regarding this, the sense of competition, this is something that I, as a person, I think I'm not competitive at all. I've never been. And I'm anything but aggressive, I think, in my own life. So Devyani's aggression was fun to play also. And if you have noticed, I mean, you have seen it. It's a very understated kind of an aggression, which I'm sure they will explore maybe in the following seasons. But Devyani is aggressive, is ambitious, is selfish. She's very focused on what she really wants, but at the same time, she does it with a lot of class. So I think that to find that fine balance, in playing that character has been an interesting process for me, I would say. And I would give full marks to my directors because I think they helped me accomplish that.
When you're working with women directors, like Alankrita is a director of Bombay Begums.
Yeah.
Iram was the director of What Will People Say? That is a
Yeah.
Norwegian film that you've done that went to Oscars. That was Norway's entry to the Oscars. How different is it an experience for you as an actor? Do you feel that they are more empathetic? Do you feel that there is certain comfort level that you can share with women directors that maybe gets the
I
best out of you as an actor?
see, I would say that Iram really has brought out the best in me. And even as far as Alankrita and Bornila are concerned, I think did help me. They did inspire me and motivate me to achieve that the little extra edge in Bombay Begums as Devyani Onyal and in Iram's case as Najma. But having said that, I think it's not fair to say that men directors are not don't have empathy or are not sensitive enough and you can't share. I think if you're a professional and if you are sharing, you are collaborating, then there is always room to. And who says that men are not sensitive and not empathetic? I think I've met many men who understand, um, women and feelings and are extremely sensitive. So I have no complaints there, and I don't think I would like to compare, men and women with regard to. They're
No,
all
see,
professionals.
of course, I'm not saying that men are not empathetic or they are not sensitive. What I'm trying to say is that certain characters that you've played with both of them, they require certain level of intelligence or depth as far as women is concerned. Like for example, menopause, for example, or the sort of emotions that women go through at certain
Yeah.
stages of life. So I feel the way maybe someone like Alankrita could have explained to you, maybe may have been quite enriching. I'm not saying that men can't do it. I'm saying that
Yeah.
maybe there can be a certain comfort level for certain characters with women directors that
Mhm.
can be rather unique.
See, whether it's Alankrita, whether it's Varmila, or whether it was Iram, they are very intense in the way they communicate with their actors, all three of them. So, I mean, I'm sure it was not just me, but even the male actors on Bombay Begums, Alankrita and Bornila were having very, very deep discussions. It's very involved directors they are. They don't just go and tell you what to do, or they don't just tell you what they want. They give you an opportunity to actually discuss and actually build on what their line of thought is, how they have envisaged things. So, in that context, yes, it was very fulfilling to work out these scenes. And even Pooja and me, I think between us also, we were talking on set about what we were doing and what we were going to perform. I mean, everything can't really be in the show, but I think that Rani and Devyani's dynamics is also very interesting, and people have liked it because there is something very genuinely that we share. There was a common feeling between us, I think, while we were playing this character.
I believe you're a huge fan of शबाना आजमी. आप इस हद
Ari
तक आप
Manoj,
जी इस हद तक आप उनकी फैन है कि आप एकावली की जगह आप एकलव्य भी हो सकती हैं उनके लिए.
जी यही मजाक करते हैं लोग कि एक्चुअली मैं एकलव्य ही हूँ with regard to Shabana ji because I've never met her. पर उनका काम I think has impacted me the most along the way. I mean over the years. मैंने उनकी हर फिल्म मतलब कई बार देखी है. I mean, a film like Mandi, probably I must have watched more than 75, 80 times, maybe even more. And I think just the way she is, the way she sounds, the way she dresses, the way she performs, and her whole range of performances have deeply impacted me as an actor. So yeah, it's true. Like my friends say that if there's ever a quiz on Shabana Azmi, I'm going to win hands down. I mean, there's no competition. So yeah, it's true that I admire her a lot. मैं उन्हीं की तरह मेरे ब्लाउजेस भी उन्हीं की तरह हैं और मैं गुलाब भी लगा लेती हूँ बालों में उनकी तरह. So I do have like I'm a huge fan I think of her body of work.
आपकी पहली फिल्म आई बिलीव 2014 में आई है, in 2014. एंड नाउ बहुत बार ये भी देखने में आया है कि अगर जैसे मैंने बमन सर का मैंने इंटरव्यू किया, बहुत डिटेल में मैंने उनके साथ में इंटरव्यू किया हुआ है, and I've spoken to him off camera a lot, and I find him fascinating. So his first film came out when he was around 44 or something, and
Yeah.
in the subsequent time and subsequent years, he has done so much of work that it's absolutely unbelievable. Like now he's an intrinsic part of the film industry, and many would say
Indeed.
a legend as well. Do you feel that maybe coming prepared when you're finally ready for what you want to do is something that comes in handy? Because मैं आपके इंटरव्यूज देख रहा था तो आपने जिक्र किया है कि आप बचपन में दूरदर्शन में आप रीजनल फिल्में आप सारी देखती थी, और आपके पिताजी से भी आपने काफी एक आर्ट का माहौल था आपके घर में, फिर कलकत्ता में रहने की वजह से as you said that you've seen Mandi like 75-80 times. So do you feel the fact that maybe you had worked on yourself so much that it worked to your advantage? You've worked with 9 national award winning directors in the last say 7 years, which is fabulous.
See, just to give you a little bit of perspective of the way I think, I feel that I did not go to an NSD or I did not go to drama school. And एक तजुर्बे की एक अपनी value जरूर होती है. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And I can never undermine that aspect that I have missed because of the way my life played out or the choices that I made. But having said that, I feel that if you are truly committed to the cause of self-growth and self-learning, I mean, life is going to give you umpteen opportunities. You just have to kind of, be present there and you have to make the most of it. So yes, I have missed out on learning at a certain phase in my life, during a certain period in my life, maybe. But I won't say that that in any way affects my capabilities today, my possibilities today, if I'm willing to learn. And I think one of the best things, the way my life has played out, has been that I have had the opportunity to work with some amazing talent. I mean, arguably some of the best talent in the country. Like I've done 3 films with Anadil Hussain. I have worked with Sanjay Mishra. I worked with Pankaj Tripathi. I worked with Ronit Roy. I worked with Arvind Swamy. So all these artists are so accomplished that I have had a fair chance to learn from them as well. Having said that, talking of preparation, I think the times that we are living in, there is so much to learn, and the knowledge and the education is so easily accessible. Like, I mean, just to give you an example, I mean, there are these master classes which are there on the internet, and you can enroll. So many of them are free, whether it's Ben Kingsley or whether it's Meryl Streep talking about, her process of acting. I mean, it's just endless. You can just go out there and learn. So, I have worked on myself consistently. और एक मैं आपका 2 मिनट लूंगी, एक किस्सा सुनाऊंगी आपको. जब मैंने काम शुरू किया, when I had started right at the outset, the first project ever that I had done was with Uday Das. I was a national award winning director. I mean, he's won the national award several times. So he had asked me, he said, "Are you serious about acting?" And I said, "Yes, I am, because this is something that really brings me maximum joy." So he said, "I'm telling you a few things. One, you have a very good screen presence. You have a good voice. place. And you don't have a region specific place. So you can belong anywhere. You can look rich, you can look poor, you can look from, various status of society and from various communities. That is a huge advantage which God has given you. But at the same time, I mean, he didn't say which God has given you, but he said that, which you have. And he said what you can do is if you work on your skill, you will have a lasting impact as an actor. You will get various kind of roles, you will never get bored, and you will evolve, and you will create opportunities for yourself. I think वो जो बुद्धदा ने मुझसे बात की थी ना, मैंने उस चीज को बहुत सीरियसली लिया और तब से उनकी उस बात पे अमल करते आई हूँ. So I think there is no phase really, or there is no time really to learn anything or to grow and to prosper as an actor. You can do it if you put your mind to it. And yes, I use every opportunity that comes to me. I've learned a lot from Adil Hussain in the 3 films that I did with him. With Sanjay Mishra, this whole magic of improvisation is something I think Sanjay Mishra has taught me, and probably Adil Hussain has taught me how to treat your skill and your craft as religion, and be devoted to it and practice it every single day. I think so. So there are a lot of things that I've learned along the way. So हाँ, preparation जरूरी है और बेशक prepare करना जरूरी है. You prepare for the work that you take up. It's part of the whole process.
एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज आपकी शख्सियत में ये भी है कि आप एक डिवोटेड मदर हैं एंड यू टेक अ लॉट ऑफ प्राइड इन द वे यू ब्रिंग अप योर बॉयज एंड at the same time you are constantly working on how to make a mark for yourself as an artist, because जितना मैंने आपको बारे में पढ़ा है और आपसे आपके मैंने इंटरव्यूज देखे हैं और आपसे वैसे भी मेरी बातचीत हुई है, तो आप कोई एक आर्टिस्टिक एलिमेंट आपके अंदर क्रेविंग जो है वो ज्यादा है बनिस्बत किसी भी और चीज के लिए. और मतलब एक जिस सेल्फ ग्रोथ की आपने बात करी उस पर कॉन्स्टेंटली आप कुछ ना कुछ आप काम करती रहती हैं. एक ओवर एम्बिशियसनेस आपके अंदर नहीं है, लेकिन हंगर है, मतलब एक भूख आपके अंदर बहुत है, लेकिन ओवर एम्बिशियस नहीं, which is I think a very positive aspect. How important is it for you to lead a fulfilling life that affects your creative journey in a positive manner?
I think everybody finds their own balances in their life. Everybody kind of understands over a period of time, especially, what works for them. I mean, what makes them feel fulfilled and what makes them feel. And everybody has their own understanding and their own parameters of deciding and figuring what really is fulfilling for them. So for me, just like working on my craft is fulfilling, getting opportunities is fulfilling, working with different kinds of directors, working with different kinds of actors, in different kind of languages is fulfilling. I would say, I mean, how do I really explain this to you? Being a mother, being somebody who likes to travel, being somebody who likes to learn new things, which are not just connected to acting, is also a part of my sense of feeling fulfilled. So, which is why, as you said, that there is no overambition, but there is a hunger. So, I have been working constantly on myself, and that part has been very enriching. And fortunately for me, I have also got opportunities to utilize that labor that I'm putting in. I mean, उस लिहाज से मैं कहूँगी मैं काफी खुशकिस्मत हूँ that I have also not been typecast. I have been given opportunities to play roles. And one great thing that has happened, I think, with me starting at this age is I have the maturity not to fall into the trap of molds. When you start very young, when you are a heroine, a typical heroine age, I think there is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of baggage that you have to look a certain way. You have to be a certain way. There's a very active kind of sense of competition. So I have an understanding of my own personality. I think the person that I am, had I started in my 20s, I would not have really been able to take that pressure. I was extremely naive and extremely, I mean, bordering on even being foolish. But now, with a certain amount of maturity, I have evolved as a person. And इस वक्त जो है मैं आजाद हूँ. I don't have the pressure that I have been a heroine. So I have to kind of prove anything. There is a freedom in the way I go about my choice of roles, which I find very fulfilling again. And I would say it is a fulfilled life because I'm living it on my own terms. I'm doing the things that I want to do. I am working with people I want to work with. I'm also being able to be a good mother, a good provider, and yeah, I think there's a lot happening, and at the pace at which it is happening is something which I'm comfortable with. So I'm happy.
Alright, now जब आपसे बातचीत की जाती है तो one realizes कि आप हिंदी बहुत आप अच्छी बोलती हैं, आप उर्दू बहुत अच्छी बोलती हैं, आपकी जो तलफ़ुज़ है वो साफ सुथरा है। बहुत बार ये एक कमी होती है एक्टर्स में, एक्ट्रेसेस में,
और खासकर
जिसपे
भी
वो
लोग
उतना
हैरान
ध्यान
होते हैं क्योंकि मैं बंगाल से हूँ। आई थिंक तो द मोमेंट दे हियर मी स्पीक हिंदी, they say आप तो हिंदी में आपकी तो you are so good in your Hindi and Urdu, and that comes as a bit of a surprise.
Apparently आपके वालिद आई थिंक पंजाब से थे और वो उर्दू में लिखते भी थे और उनकी सारा
My
I'll come to your father. I'll come to
grandfather,
your
especially with my father, he studied in Lucknow, so he would read and write Urdu, and it was very much a part of the languages that we used here. And because I live in Bengal, I'm also very comfortable in Bangla. और languages का ये है, आप जितनी बोलते हैं, जितनी आप practice करते हैं, उतना you become comfortable with it. And for all purposes, I am a Punjabi kudi, so I can speak Punjabi too.
क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है, जो भी आपका तजुर्बा आपका इंडस्ट्री में रहा है, कि जो डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं, जो शो रनर्स होते हैं, जो फिल्म मेकर्स होते हैं, क्या वो इस क्वालिटी को देखते हैं एक्टर्स में कि उनका वो अपनी ज़बान को लेके कितने कॉन्शियस हैं और कितने कॉन्शियस हैं? बिकॉज़ अल्टीमेटली तो आपको जो डायलॉग्स बोलना है और जो भी आप पर्दे पे आपके आएगा सामने, तो वो तो अदायगी ही आपकी आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा एसेट है किसी एक्टर का। Do you think directors notice that thing and they take a keen interest in
I
it?
think they very much do in the casting process. I think proof of it is the fact that Bombay is full of good-looking, accomplished people, and I have not been living there. Yeah, this year I'm going to make the shift, but I was not living there all these years. But yet, they chose me. So, I think it's a lot about what the director wants, how he has envisaged his character, and what you bring to the table. I think that has to align. And I suppose at some level, the way I sound, the way I speak is something which has played a role in my getting a lot of parts.
Okay, now आपकी mother का apparently इंतकाल हो गया था during childbirth when you were getting born and your father has raised you. How have you tried to know about your mother? What does she mean to you? Like how do you discover her?
I think I mean, I don't know how to really articulate this feeling, but that part is missing. Okay, I would make that confession very honestly. It is missing, but in my own ways, at various levels, I um, I know her through her work, through her friends, through her family, people who she has known. I mean, she was an artist, so even through her work, I mean, even through her paintings, even through. In fact, a very interesting thing happened. I'll share with you. एक हमने शो किया था क्रैकडाउन और अपूर्व लाखिया साहब ने शेयर किया था तो उसका पोस्टर एक था जिसमें मेरी शक्ल थी सो वन ऑफ माय मदर्स फ्रेंड्स actually saw that poster and she said that this reminds me of Chitra. My mother's name was Chitra. And she sent me a message on my Facebook page that, are you by any chance Chitra's daughter? Because I'm her friend from JJ. My mother used to study in JJ School of Arts. And, I was really overwhelmed and I was really kind of shocked and to receive that message. And I said, yes, I am her daughter. So her entire group of friends from JJ School of Arts has actually got in touch with me in the last 6 months. And we speak regularly. And, they keep sending me little information about my mother, old photographs. तो हाँ एक कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है उनको जानने का एंड कभी कभी ये भी सोचती हूँ कि अगर वो होती तो आई मीन हाउ माय लाइफ वुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक इट विल नेवर बी एज गुड एज नोइंग हर दिल में एक ख्वाहिश होती है ना कि एक बार भी अगर मैं उन्हें मिल सकती या एक बार आई मीन वुड बी सो नाइस टू जस्ट सी हर बिकॉज़ आई लॉस्ट हर एट चाइल्ड
No, absolutely. The fact that unfortunately you did not have your mother around, has that contributed in you being such a devoted mother?
I think all mothers make an effort, irrespective of whether they are single mothers, like in my case, or whether they're married, or whether they have 5 children, or four, or two, or one. It doesn't matter. I think all mothers actually make the best effort that they can for the kids usually. And yeah, maybe not having my mother. I mean, though I must say that, मेरी दादी से or, from my aunts, I have received a lot of love and a lot of affection from a lot of mother figures along the way. I still am. But maybe, I think subconsciously, maybe you have a point when you say that I have, at in a certain context, prioritized my children over everything else. Because I think that's a huge project too. No? I mean, that's a huge part of your life. I mean, you bring a life into the world, and you have to be there for them. You can't just let them be and just do your own thing. And the great thing for me is that I have managed to do a lot of interesting work and a lot of substantial work, without really taking away from my kids in terms of time or effort or anything. I've I've been lucky. I think. Yeah, the kids have been great.
Right. And so your father has raised you, and he was an artist in his own way, and the sort of
Same.
atmosphere that you have received at the house, artistic, the entire, be it cinema or poetry and literature and theater and the works. Tell us how was the experience of being raised by your father, and how significant is his contribution and the success that you are
Very.
enjoying right now?
Speaking of my dad, I can tell you something. I mean, again, I'd say every father in his own ways, in the way he is capacitated, he tries his best. Most fathers try their best to do the best for their kids. I mean, you have a daughter, you know, and fathers and daughters share a very special relationship. But I think in my case, where I feel very, very grateful to my father today, I mean, when he's not there anymore, especially, is the fact that he stood by me when I took some very major decisions in my life. There would be a lot of people who, there would be a lot of fathers who would say that, if you are unhappy in a marriage, or if you're going through pain, or if you're going through troubled times, you still hold on. You don't just give up, and you don't just just walk away. I mean, I was just a graduate. I didn't have a profession in place as such, but my father gave me the courage to walk out of a space where I was unhappy. He just told me two things. He said, it's going to be a big responsibility, and you have to prepare yourself to be able to take all that responsibility. And I'm there, but you have to do it on your own. So I think the fact that he gave me that courage and that push when I needed it the most, I think that is a very radical thing in my life. I mean, yeah, and he allowed me to pursue my dreams as an actor. I mean, I know a lot of other fathers who would have said, "ठीक है बेटा, सलवार कमीज की दुकान खोल लो," something which is more stable or something which is more conventional. But he knew that, and I don't think he believed in his daughter. He knew that if she's saying that the best time of her life is between action and cut, she's there is some truth in it. She deserves a fair chance. And he said, yeah, go out there and do your thing. And I miss him very much.
Okay, now, do you feel that the advent of OTT platforms, this entire notion about actor, actresses, main leads, supporting star cast, and character artists, do you think it is diminishing now?
OTT has changed everything. It has actually changed everything. I think all those traps and conventions that we were kind of trapped in earlier, ये मेन लीड है, ये पैरेलल लीड है, ये छोटे छोटे किरदार हैं, या पर्सन है, अगर किसी ने माँ का रोल कर लिया फिर उसे कोई दूसरा रोल नहीं मिलेगा, वो सब जो है वो अब खत्म हो गया, बिल्कुल खत्म हो गया. Like I can give you my own example. In fact, not just with regard to OTT. I would say OTT, yes, OTT has played a huge role in it. But even otherwise, the mindset is changing. Like, for example, when I did Angrezi Mein Kehte Hain, I played Sanjay Mishra's wife. And we shot for this film about 4 years ago. And there were a lot of people who told me that, I mean, Sanjay Mishra, he plays roles which are way older than his age also. Like, I mean, he is often seen playing a senior citizen. So why would you want to, play his wife? Because that is going to probably uh, finish, absolutely end all your possibilities of being cast in any other way. पर मैंने उनकी बात नहीं सुनी. मुझे लगा कि नहीं, it's a great story, it's a great script, it's a great role, and I'll get a chance to work with a legend like Sanjay Mishra.